What's up guys, today we're going to be going over the new Waveframe GL Deafening Whisper, which is going to be very similar to Martyr's Retribution but void, and Martyr's Retribution is pretty much my all-time favorite weapon in the entire game, so I have high hopes for this weapon, and in today's video we will be going over how to get this weapon, all of the best rolls and perks on it, then finally just going overall how good it is in PvE. Before we get into the video, I am happy to announce I'll be partnering with G Fuel to stream my point of view of the world's first race for the first time ever, and that will be this Saturday on the G Fuel Twitch account. So I'm gonna go ahead and link that in the comments and description. And as we get closer to Saturday, I will have more information. But if you want to go ahead and follow that channel now, that way you don't miss it, you can go ahead and do so. Now beginning with the video, first how to get this weapon. You farm it with the Cryptolith Lure, and this thing allows you to do the new season of Hunt Wrathborn Hunts. And pretty much how this works is in the left slot you'll eventually get the Deafening Whisper as one of the options. Then you can use the second and third slot to reduce the size of the perk pool and kind of target the ones you want. And by the end of this video you will know exactly what those rolls you'll be looking for. So looking at all the different perks on this weapon, there's going to be 6 in each slot, which is a pretty good thing because a lot of them are really good and you will have a high chance of getting them. And there'll be 3 in each slot I want to look at in this video. We're going to start off with the left slot, and those 3 are going to be led from Gold, Ambitious Assassin, and also Surplus. So starting with Surplus, which is a new perk, increases the handling, reload speed, and stability for each fully charged ability. So as you see on this GL, the reload speed and handling will be what benefits us because obviously it's a GL and stability pretty much does nothing. But if we look at the base reload speed of the weapon with no abilities, 2.119 seconds. Now with one ability, it will be a little bit quicker at 1.952. Then with 2 abilities, even quicker at 1.885. Then finally with all 3 abilities, it's the fastest at 1.869. And with 2 and 3 abilities, it was more or less the same speed. And we pair that with the artifact loader this season, this time working backwards with all 3 abilities, 1.652 seconds. Now with 2 abilities up, it's actually going to be a little bit quicker for whatever reason at 1.618 seconds. And then we use another ability and only have 1 left. It's going to be the exact same speed again at 1.618 seconds. So something's going on where with all 3 abilities it's slightly slower. But overall, Surplus is a great way to max out the reload speed of this weapon. The next mod in left slot will be led from Gold. Picking up heavy ammo also grants ammo to this weapon. And how this one works is when we pick up a special box, we get 9. Now keep in mind I have double GL Scavenger on because it's an artifact mod once again and only costs 1 energy. Then when we pick up a heavy box, not only do I get the heavy ammo, I also get 6 GL shots for the Deafening Whisper. So led from Gold is a great perk to help with the ammo coming of this weapon. So depending on how much you use this weapon, that could help you a lot, and make sure you have full ammo at all times. And then finally the last perk in left slot, Ambitious Assassin. This will pretty much be the best perk you can get, and this will overflow the magazine based on the number of rapid kills before reloading. And with this being a wave frame GL, getting rapid kills is insanely easy. You pretty much only need 2, I believe, to get the perk to proc and get a 2 magazine. And once you have that 2 magazine, it's obviously really easy to keep it chaining and pretty much have a 2 magazine forever. And that pretty much means you can shoot twice as often. You have to reload every 2 shots instead of every single shot, but that also means you'll be going through your ammo a lot quicker. So overall on the left slot, I would say Ambitious Assassin is the best perk. You just got to be careful with your ammo economy on the weapon. Then the second best perk will be led from Gold. This will help greatly with your total ammo economy. Just like I mentioned with Ambitious Assassin, this will pretty much do the exact opposite and help you maintain max ammo. And finally, the third perk I would recommend is Surplus. I think this will be better in future seasons when we don't have GL loader on our gauntlets for 1 energy with the artifact. Then moving on to the right column for this weapon, there's going to be 3 perks once again I want to talk about. The first will be Rampage. And we compare that with Rampage spec from Addo 1, and that will enhance the duration of the perk, which means it'll be pretty easy to keep this perk up at all times, especially if you have Ambitious Assassin with the 2 magazine. So getting to ×3 and maintaining it is pretty easy, but once again, that's going to be if you're using the weapon pretty much constantly, which means you'll be running out of ammo. Then also this GL does so much damage as is that most of the things you're shooting at will die without Rampage. So I'm not quite sure how useful it is. It will be pretty good for, you know, those higher health majors and ultras and also bosses. So if you're going to be using this weapon on things like that, Rampage will be pretty good to go as long as you have Rampage spec and probably Ambitious Assassin. But overall these GLs do so much damage that you kind of could take advantage of a better perk, and that better perk in my opinion will be Will Spring. Kills with this weapon generate ability energy. The energy is divided between your uncharged abilities. And I've already made a video on this perk, but pretty much how it works is it has the exact same amount of energy returned on kill as Demolitionist, but you can use it on any ability you want. So if you're doing a build with grenades and you're only throwing grenades, all the energy will go towards that one ability, same with melee, and even same with your class ability. Then if you have 2 or more abilities missing at once, the energy return on kill will be split equally between those abilities. And like usual, all these rates are based on your stats. So in this clip, my discipline is slightly higher than my recovery, which means I get a little bit more grenade energy per kill. Then the final perk I want to talk about in the right column I actually don't have on my account yet, and that's going to be auto-loading holster. That was my go-to perk on Martyr's Retribution, but this time it's going to be in the right slot instead of the left, so I can't really recommend it over something like Wellspring. If it was in the left slot, yeah, I'd definitely be using it, but overall I think there's better options in the right slot. So overall the god roll on this weapon will be Wellspring plus Ambitious Assassin or Left from Gold. Then the other god roll will be Rampage on the right slot plus Ambitious Assassin. So those will be the 3 top rolls I would go for when farming for this weapon. And one of the things that made Martyr's Retribution so cool was the way it worked with a lot of other lanes in the game. And given that this is the exact same Waveframe GL but with Void, the first thing I want to test is Nezarec Sin. Does it work with the Nezarec Sin perk? And if you guys don't know, all you need is Void damage kills. You can be on any subclass to make this work. And the recharge rate will buff all 3 of our abilities, then also our super. And like I mentioned, Deafening Whisper is obviously Void, so this should work. But as you see in this gameplay, every single time I get a kill, it does not proc the perk ever. But there is a way to do it, and that way is pretty much hitting the target with the direct impact of the grenade. So the direct impact counts as Void damage, but the actual energy wave on the ground that looks Void is not counting as Void at all. I'm not quite sure what it is. On Martyr's Retribution, it was definitely counting as solar. So I was thinking maybe the coding is the same and maybe it's still being coded as solar damage, which made me think to test it with Wrath of Rasputin, which is the mod I use with Martyr's Retribution all the time to create Warmind cells. And as you see in this clip, once again, it's not being counted as solar damage or void damage. So I'm not quite sure what is going on. And as you might see, whenever I do damage with the GL, numbers aren't even showing up. So I'm not quite sure if this is a bug or glitch or whatever, but I kind of hope it is a bug and it's meant to be void damage because I really want to pair this with Nezarec Sin one day. But right now we're gonna have to settle for using Verity's Brow on Warlock just like we were with Martyr's Retribution. And I say settle, but this helmet is actually insane. It'll give you a buff that stacks up to ×5, which will give you your grenade back very quickly. Then also make your grenade do 50% more damage. Then finally, whenever you throw your grenade, all of your surrounding teammates will get a buff called Fill the Flames, which will enhance their recharge rate of their grenade like through the roof. I'm talking like throwing multiple grenades like every 10 seconds. So that will be my go-to helmet until that bug is fixed. If it is a bug, I'm hoping it is, because it would seem it should be doing void damage on the energy wave. But overall, this is instantly one of my favorite weapons in the entire game. Martyr's Retribution with the auto-loading Demolitionist is still a great role. But I think the rolls on Deafening Whisper might be even better, especially with Wellspring than also Ambitious Assassin. I think that role is just miles better than anything the Martyr's Retribution could get. And not to forget that this GL is still farmable in the game right now. So if you never got a Martyr's Retribution, this is your time to get one of the best GLs in the entire game. Anyways, the rest of the video will just be some strike gameplay with the weapon. I am working on a crazy build on Warlock right now, and I'm hoping to have that up on Friday. So definitely make sure to sub and put on post notifications if you don't want to miss that video. It's going to be one of the craziest things I've ever uploaded. So crazy in fact that you probably will need G Fuel to stay focused enough to follow what is going on in the video. Check out their store, link in the comments and description. Anyways, enjoy a little bit of the footage with my Ambitious Assassin and Rampage role. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.